I really appreciate you joining me today, and this news comes from Oxford. 25-year-old Scarlet Blake is accused of murdering Jorge Martin Carreno, who is 30 years old. She had never met him until she bumped into him on a night out in Oxford in July 2021. His body would later be found in the River Cherwell, and he received what appeared to be a blow to the back of the head, and he drowned. Months later, Blake allegedly filmed herself dissecting a cat. It has been heard in court, and some of the evidence that they've heard in court and the videos are very graphic, so for viewers who would rather not listen to it, I suggest you choose another video. At Oxford Crown Court this week, they heard that she had told people she wanted to open human beings up like she did to her little cat friend. The prosecutors allege that Blake killed Mr Carreno because of her fixation with violence and wanting to know what it feels like to murder somebody. The jurors in the trial will hear how the mystery of Mr Carreno's death came to be discovered, and they said that he didn't die from an accident and that he didn't take his own life. It was at the hands of the defendant. The only reason George died was because he met a person who had a fixation with violence, and she wanted to demonstrate it on him. At the time that they met, George had become separated from friends, and perhaps he was lost. Mr Carreno had the great misfortune, the prosecution said, of being approached by the defendant in the early hours of July the 25th, 2021. She was out on the streets, they said, looking for a victim. She targeted him and took him to Parsons Pleasure, where she murdered him and left his body to be discovered 24 hours later. The prosecution explained that during the police investigation, detectives built up a picture of her background. The prosecution alleges that the defendant had an extreme interest in death and also causing harm to others. She had an interest that was beyond mere fantasy. She described herself to others as being somebody who derives sexual gratification from the thought of violence and death on others. Videos shown in court with her former partners also showed that she engaged in acts of strangulation, but these were consensual. She had also spoke to other people about the fact that she would like to kill somebody. The prosecution also went on to say that during the months before she allegedly killed him, Blake had live-streamed the murder and dissection of a cat after watching a documentary called Don't Fuck With Cats. She had lured the animal into a cage, and the defendant's actions, they said, were her planning to do something even worse. It was heard in court that in the video, Blake tells the cat, "Here we go, my little friend. Oh boy, you smell like shit. I can't wait to put you through the blender." The prosecution heard that after killing the cat, the defendant went on to live stream the dissection. The process included putting a scalpel blade and handle into the cat's eyes and removing the fur and skin, and then she placed the body of the cat into a blender. The footage, they said in court, shows her to be somebody who had a disturbing interest in harming life and hurting living creatures. Blake had boasted about the killing to other people, and she said that she had a desire to open a person up, just like her little cat friend. The court heard that after watching the Netflix documentary called Don't Fuck With Cats, in which a man kills kittens and films the murder of a human, while the same New Order song played in the background, they believed this was of some influence to her. And it also goes to show sometimes the dangers of what we do talk about on social media and how we discuss it as well. Some things are glorified, and this, a lot of the time, can influence people to commit similar crimes. They also said that she discussed with her partner at the time the murder of Mr Carreno, and they said that she messaged her friends saying, "Last time I found someone this drunk, they died." So I want to send my condolences to the family of George, and I really want to hear what viewers have to say. And we'll definitely follow this story up when the trial concludes. I really appreciate you joining me today. Peace.